It's week 1 already? Oh, what's the date today? Freaking Labor Day. Come on. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm a little unprepared, but let me chalk up something real quick here. See what we can do with some of these graphics. Put some of these up a little here. This looks good here. All right. Something quick and snazzy. Maybe win a Geo Knows Awards. Who knows? But let me throw in a quick app real quick. All right. Oh yeah, much better, much better. All right. Let's do a quick intro. Welcome back to the NFL Week 1 2016-2017 season. And if you've never been here before, usually I give you 4 picks, 4 early bird picks. Usually I come out on Tuesday or so. Here's my Twitter page. Later in the week, I'll probably do a few. If you follow me, you can get a couple of picks as well later in the week. Because a lot of things can happen during the week. This is somewhat early. It is Labor Day. Said why not? Got a 3-day weekend. Let's get this thing going. So my first week, I am seeing Detroit at Indianapolis. I mean, Detroit, a lot of people are putting them down this year. That's a straight up line. I think the best video I watched, someone picked them, 5 and 12. I'm like, really? 5 and 11? 5 and 11. So I mean, the worst 2 teams in football last year were like Titans and the Cleveland Browns. What were they, like 3 and 13 last year? So I've seen people pick Detroit like 1 and 15, 2 and 14. It was worse than those 2 teams. And we played Tennessee Titans this year, and they're picking Tennessee to roll. I'm like, what? We don't have Megatron anymore. Bottom line, Detroit doesn't have Megatron. We did pick up some good receivers, Antoine Bolden and Marvin Jones. And of course we got Golden Tate still. So, we got a great core there. It's a great core. Running backs, Jim Bob Cooter, who took over the offensive coordinator second half of the season, went 6-2, which he did great second half. And we got rid of Lombardi. He played the safe game, and that's what killed us last year. And we almost made playoffs at the end there. The Colts, Andrew Luck, what did he do? He had a 74.9 QBR rating, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. That offensive line for the Colts is not very good. The defensive line as well. I expect us to get a lot of rushing yards actually against this Colts team. And we got Ezekiel Ansah, Van Noy should be playing. So it should be a lot of pressure on Luck. A lot of people are saying, he played with an injury last year, that's why he didn't do so well. What makes you think with a bad offensive and defensive line, with Andrew Luck, who did horrible last year, saying he played with an injury, to be favored was 5 points. It's down to 4. To get it while it's hot, So to pick, the Colts, granted they're home, you give a 3-point favorite at most. So that, in my personal opinion, I think even if the Colts did, get a win at the last minute, and that's what happened last time Detroit played Colts. Andrew Luck was on his game. His first year, he ran all over the Lions, and that's how he won, against the Lions. He's not that same person, that year. So I think even if the Lions do lose, it'd be by a field goal. It'd be a real close game, 1 or 2 points at the most. 4 points, no, and the Lions have a good chance of winning. The only thing suspect of the Lions, I'm thinking, is maybe the secondary. But we do got good cornerbacks. So, Andrew Luck, even if he's on top of his game, should be a close game. If he's not on top of his game, the Lions should win it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the Lions +4 over Indianapolis. Week 3 game, we got Miami traveling to Seattle. Seattle, 10.5-point favorites. You know, Seattle was so over point spread over the ATS last year. I mean, you just pick the other team and you win a ticket every time. It was like 12 points, 13 points, and they were always close games. I mean, Seattle does not have a great offensive line, you know, and it was proven all last year. So, you know, and Miami, you know, you got Sue there. I think, you know, Miami's not a great offensive either, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring, close game, and 10.5 points is just way too much for me. So I'm picking Miami +10.5 at Seattle. My second pick of the week, we got Cincinnati traveling to the New York Jets. New York Jets, I think Fitzpatrick is a quarterback. Not a bad team. They're at home. Cincinnati, I saw them. They're a great regular season team. During the preseason, during the first team, they were killing. They played really well, scored a lot of points. First team in the preseason. So you know, Andy Dalton, he looks like he was hot again. I didn't see him throw any interceptions. He had a great game. You know, the last few games of the preseason. You know, I know it's just preseason and a bunch of scrubs out there, but you know, he was out there and he was reeling him. He did a lot better than Fitzpatrick, you know, I thought. So it's only 2.5 points, so it's less than a field goal. So I'm taking Cincinnati -2.5 over the Jets. And my first pick of the week, yeah, you guessed it, Green Bay Packers traveling to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Aaron Rodgers and company, Cobb. Oh, they have a whole slew of weapons. They're predicted, you know, to win the Super Bowl. You know, they're up there. Jaguars, you know, granted they do have a bit of an improvement, but that remains to be seen. You know, Blake Bortles, he's getting better, but still, we're talking Green Bay Packers. You know, Green Bay did come with a slow start at the beginning of last year. Relax, but guess what? You know, I don't see it happening here in Jacksonville. So I'm taking Green Bay -4.5 over Jacksonville. So that's it for the week. I appreciate you coming. Like and subscribe to the channel. I don't know if I'm going to do the prognosticators picks like I did last year. I am going to keep my picks, my scores here. I will be in that channel as well. There's a bunch of leagues I'm joined into with a lot of predictions. I'll probably flash those, see how well I'm doing compared to the other prognosticators, which are also in those leagues. So, and I'll give them props as well if they beat me in those Yahoo and ESPN leagues. So, again, thanks for stopping by. I'll probably see you in my Twitter channel. Like I said, here it is again. My Twitter handle, just go ahead, add me. I will do some predictions before a game. And it might be at the last minute. Some may or may not. Just keep an eye out. It's kind of new. And I'll see you next week. Peace.